Hello people of Yeousch, Disciple here from my little channel Knewgaming. You guys can check me out if you'd like, but let's get into what this is. This is my episode 1 of a series I call Let's Get Nude. Now, this series is PvP, which is player versus player, in a game called Dark Souls. Now, Dark Souls is a RPG. It's pretty open area, but it's not an MMO or anything like that. But it does have an option for something called PvP, like I stated earlier, which is player versus player. It pretty much means there's a function in this game where you can use certain stones or objects that you get for certain activities you've done in the game, and you can invade other people's games. Then there's lots of ways to do this. But the reason for the title and the way I'm doing this is I am actually taking all my armor off, or all my clothes. As you see, I'm in my underwear right now chasing this guy around. I'm just in my underwear, and I'm nude. And the reason for the spelling of it is because I spell my name differently. Instead of saying N-E-W, I put K-N-E-W. There's a whole story behind that, but I'd rather not get into that now. Oh, nice little finish to that guy right here. Pretty much what this is like trolling. I'm invading other people that are pretty much tryhards. You know, they got their full sets of armor, their good weapons and all that. I got my dinky little shield, my huge sword, and no armor, no clothes, just my helmet. Sometimes I put bracelets on just because it looks even more funny. But yeah, this is pretty much just me trolling, invading other people, pretty much invading tryhards, giving them a hard time, and winning. Now, this takes a significant amount of skill if you're going to beat these players, or the other players you're invading have to be unskilled, because it is a big disadvantage invading with no armor. You'd probably die in an average, if you're playing a good player, of 2 to 3 hits actually. So you got to be very careful, and you can heal while invading in this game. There are certain items, but you cannot use pretty much the health potions, which are Estus flasks. They're pretty much just the HP potions that are pretty much a recurring theme in a lot of games, a lot of RPGs especially. But when you're invading, you can't use those. You have other means of healing, but they're a lot rarer, a lot rarer. But yeah, those are hard to come by, and you'll be lucky if you have one on you when you're invading. And a lot of times I just don't even care. I try to do it anyway, without healing. But I think in this fight I do take a significant amount of damage, and I have one of those items called Humanity, which pretty much just revives you to human, which is how you would do a certain type of invasion. I don't need Humanity for that, and it heals you as well. So that's the function of what I'm using that for. As you see right here, I got this giant sword, this little shield, and my undies and my little helmet. My helmet is adding a little bit of HP onto me, so I can survive stuff like that. Yeah, I got caught off guard. I think it's a little bit of lag on my end, my connection, because when you connect to people, it's kind of like I don't know if a lot of you guys probably watch FPS is not RPGs, but it's pretty much like COD, where there's someone hosting it, and the person you invade is actually host. So another thing you see me doing right here, the enemies in the game when you invade are actually on your side, so that's one of the advantages you can use, even though you're at several disadvantages. And as you see right here, this guy actually had some fun with me. He took his armor off and started setting me back nude anyway. But as you see, look how fast I kill him when he does that. I mean, it is a significant disadvantage taking your armor off in this game. I killed that guy so fast as soon as he did it. So he wanted to play around and have some fun with me, and I appreciate that. That was actually pretty nice. But he wanted to play around and have some fun with me, so he regretted it. I'm used to this kind of thing. I do this a lot. This is my way of challenging myself, making the game a little more difficult for me. And, just having a ton of fun, and, showing off to you guys a little bit. Now, I've got a lot of this on my channel, a lot of these nude invasions, a lot of different setups and builds. If you guys are looking into this game, I have, my character build, which is how I set my stats up, to make me more effective in PvP, in my opinion. I have all kinds of things you can check out. I actually have some subscribers builds, strength build, just weapon to weapon, pretty much that's what that's around. Now let me talk a little bit about my build. I am nude, so no armor is really factored in here. My shield is a pretty decent shield, but it's a small one, so a lot of people probably misinterpret that as gimping myself. But I actually kind of like that shield, to be honest. It's not the best. I definitely would not say that. Ooh, I finished that guy quick. Yeah, spellcaster there. But yeah, my build is faith. So pretty much with faith, I have these things I can do called miracles. Now the higher your faith is, the more damage they do. Now in this next fight I'm about to do, you guys will see that. Miracles take an effect. Now a lot of people say that miracles are cheap. A lot of people say that spells are cheap, pyromancy is cheap, but it's pretty much just fire magic. A lot of people say everything's cheap, but it's only cheap if you can't counter it, in my opinion. But you know, a lot of times when I do invade Nude, I do use weapon only. But still, some people say, "Oh wow, you're spamming your R1," which is pretty much you're spamming your attack button. But it's come on, what isn't cheap? If you win, if you win with it, someone's gonna say it's cheap. So I try to do my best to, you know, appease the biggest audience possible. But sometimes it's just not possible. But I also would like to invite you guys to challenge me. I have a lot of challenges I've set for myself, but I'd like to invite you guys to try to make up something that would make it more difficult for me, that you guys would find entertaining to watching this game. So pretty much, I challenge you, if you know anything about this game, to make a challenge for me. Pretty much give me a setup that I have to use, pretty much making it harder for me, and I have to win with it. Now I can't do it all, but I promise you guys I'll try. This is just episode 1, and hopefully I'll be doing this series for a while. I was invited to do this, so hopefully you guys have like this series, and give me some positive feedback. I'll continue and enjoy this on the main channel. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this here. Hopefully for a very long time, and hopefully I'll build a good relationship with many of Yeousch main channel's viewers and subscribers. But yeah, I invite you guys again, I know I've said this before, but to check out my channel if you like this kind of thing. And if not, just leave a comment on what you'd like to see. I can do all kinds of things. I do a lot of COD, but, I kind of wanted to spice up the main channel. Add something a little different, and add something still probably kind of exciting. It's multiplayer online, so I thought it'd be pretty good. A perfect game. I do have some plans for the future, but as you see right here, this guy right here, he's actually got a intelligence build, so he's using these little spells, these little sorceries to shoot at me. Now I use my miracle right here, really quick, really radial, and really powerful. They kill really fast. That's why a lot of people say they're cheap. But the simple thing that he could have done is rolled backwards, and he would have been out of my range. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Hopefully you guys will check out my channel and leave me some feedback on what you'd like to see in the future. This is all from Disciple here, and I hope you guys have a great day. Yeah.